My oldest daughter, she works as an account director in Sydney, so she's on quite a good salary. But she was saying, she came home last night or yesterday, and she was saying that a lot of young people. I don't watch the news, so I'm disconnected with what media is saying about the economy and so on. But she was saying that a lot of people her age feel that it's not possible to get into the housing market. Now, whether that's true or not, that's not the point of this video. What I want to talk to you about is practical use of the law of attraction for that very idea. So let me explain what I mean. So I want you to think of three things. Our attitude attracts the answers that we want. And what is attitude? Attitude is made up of, it's a mind-body idea, attitude. It's the thoughts that we think, that we get emotionally involved with, that causes the molecules in our bodies to make us act. That's how attitude works. So this is the interesting thing. People who are visionaries, and anyone can become a visionary when you learn to engineer a vision for your life. So let's take it on the whole idea of housing. If you hold a vision of the home that you want on the screen of your mind, and you become emotionally involved with that idea to the point where it fills your consciousness, and it moves out any thoughts to the contrary of that. What happens is that you start to attract the answers that you need to get to where you want to go. It's how it works. The law of attraction is working regardless of whether you want to buy into the idea or not. There are natural laws that govern the intangible, unseen world, our thought world. Everything that we create in this world starts with a thought. So everything you create for your world starts with a thought. And the assumption that you buy into, so if you spend your life observing the world, so you're observing what the media is feeding you, and that's understandable because we're brought up to do that, and you're observing it during good times. So what happens? You go through good times. But then when the bad times happen, what happens is that you move into the thought process of what's happening in the bad times. So you start to consent to those ideas. And what happens is you get emotionally involved in that. What happens with that? There's two laws that are happening here. One is the law of vibration. So the law of vibration is the foundation law to the law of attraction. The signal that you're sending out into the universe is what you're going to get back. So that's cause and effect. But it starts with the vibration that you're in. That's the law of vibration. There's 7 natural laws. And there's one great law, and that energy is, or God is. We can't explain it. It's just what it is. And our finite mind cannot explain what's infinite. But we can get to understand it when we experience it. So your imagination is the key, because that's where you can start to hold the vision of what you want. How to get there is everyone's own journey. I had to buy coaching courses, and I didn't buy one, to get the conditioning out of me, to change my assumptions. When I started to change my assumptions of what is possible, then I started to change my expectations. And expectations, the belief of something that is going to, a belief in an outcome. That's what an expectation is. So if your expectations are that you can't get into the housing market, the chances are that you won't get into the housing market. But if you become a visionary for your own life, and you learn to become a visionary, then you can change the course of your life. And the truth is, most people won't, because they follow what their neighbor's doing. They follow what their dad did, or their cousin did, or someone else, you know. But visionaries, they get on with it, and it's not that they're special. They just decide to look at life differently. So if this helped you anyway, I'm pleased. And if you want to have a talk about it, you know, go onto my website and you can book a time, and we can have a chat about it. But these ideas are really important to me, that they're so simple, so misunderstood. If you follow me on my TikTok, I spend my life trying to get across the simplicity of what governs this universe, and how you can practically apply it to your life. The steps. I'll do a presentation on my closed Facebook group on 7 steps to actually work your way through the resistance that we have, and the resistance in our paradigm, resistance in our self-image, the concept of who we think we are. That once you start to change those, it's changed on a permanent basis. It's transformation. This is not about motivation where you feel good for a minute and then you go back to your old ways. This is about transforming and getting understanding to move on in your life, so that it all becomes a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier. It's not meant to be hard work.